In this video, we will look at the Formula tab up top, and it shows us the various groupings of topics and their formulas. And we're going to go through several of these and show how they work and so forth. Functions really simplify things for you if you use them effectively. Let's just to illustration show that here you wanted to sum these. You could just put in equals B9 plus B10 plus B11 plus B12 plus B13 plus B14. It says false. Why? Because I had a typographical error here. I put an equal sign and it says, are this sum equal to B14? No, we want to add them. And if I typed all that incorrect, and that's a lot of typing to get correct, we have the sum. It's easier. We could just, if you get back in home already, we looked at there's an auto sum here. But if you go to formulas, there's also the same auto sum. And that included our previous sum. We don't want that, so we'll just start over, start at the top, shade down, and now it's B9 to B14. So you will see in functions you can use a colon between the first and the last. The first is B9, the last is B14, and it says to do everything in between. Now I want to make one thing clear too. The sum is a value. If you put sum in front of this, you'll get the same answer, which goes to show that you really don't need the sum function because you're telling it. You don't need the parentheses either. We're telling it the sum when you put in the equal and the plus signs. Note down here, you do not put B9 plus B10 plus B11 and so forth. It says I have a typo. I had too many parentheses that took one off from me. This adds them up and it doesn't do anything for you. Let's just delete that. Okay, let's go back to AutoSum and show how again that works. You go there to there, and that's all you have to do, and so you've saved yourself quite a few keystrokes by using the AutoSum function. And that typically is true with sums. There's a lot of them here. If you want to find a sum, you'll find it also in this math and trig ones. You'll see cosines, sines, a lot of different functions. Here's sum. Then it puts it in a form like this, and you just have to fill in the blanks. So I could put in there, first one is in B9, and there's a problem with this if you have too many, which we'll see in a second. B11, B12, B13, and it won't give me a sixth one. I have 6 of them here. It only goes up to 5. So if you want to do the 5th one, you got to go up inside and put in the comma B14, put the parentheses back on, and you get the same number again. And that is the same thing as I believe we did right. No, it isn't. It's a different one. Okay. So that's another way. But another way that shows that, and we'll do that's under math and trig. Let me just show you something else. You go to insert function over here, and we want to do sum. I type S U M and find it, and there it is for us. And then you can fill in. It puts something in for you, but I want, if you click on this over here on the right, and then go down and click those, that's what there's the B9 to 14. It puts it in there for you. And that's another way of getting that in there. So these are all sums. Let's look at another function. Say we want to count how many interests there are. That's under more functions, statistical. And you see averages, beta, if you had a stack course, you find. But here's a count function. And already put in the B9 to B18, B9 to B18, and we want to go to 14. So back up one, put 14 in, and it says there's 6 of them. If we wanted the average, we could go equal B18 divided by B19 gives the average. Or you can go to up here, more functions, statistical, and here's an average. And it's, you really want is, we'll click that and put this one, hit the enter key, and the number 2, well, it wants to put here, I'm sorry. Let's do this the other way. Get rid of that, and do this, and that's going to find the average of those values, which turns out to be 2211, using the average function. And that shows you how to use these, and there's all kinds of them here. We will look at financial, things like future value, IRR, number of periods, rates, present value, where's rates, rate, IRR, and so forth. There's a recently used. If you use some of these, there's the average count we use, a sum. You can find a max, so forth. These are ones that I had used recently. That'd be different in what you use, but after a couple weeks of using these, you'll find the ones you want very handy right up there. So let's just delete some of these, get them out of the way. And the last thing I want to show you is that there is an option here for show formulas over here. And you click on that and you'll see all the formulas that were used. Here's the B14, there's all the others you use. And so if you're looking for an error, this may help you find it. It is possible to copy these. Go to home, copy, and paste. But it pastes the same thing and you can't do much with it. You can't copy it into Wheel, for instance. You could use the Snagit or the snippet option in Windows. Get a picture, save the picture, and then post the picture into Wheel. It's the only way you can get that done. This one, you have it. Actually, there's a couple other things you can do, but it just doesn't get you anywhere. And that basically is the formula options with Ribbon.